But yeah, like I said, I'm still trying to get this together. I just made myself smaller. Okay, there we go. All right. I don't know. I'm looking at chairs on Wayfair because I need another one. All right. So this portion or this reading is going to be about work. So we're going to see what's going on with people at their job. I'm going to use some oracle cards. I think 6 is good enough because it kind of gives me some talking points. So I'm using a different deck than I did with the first one, which was Capricorn's feelings. So let's see what is going on for you guys with your work. And work, it'll be work, finance, so anything dealing with employment. How about that? So what does Capricorn need to know about their work situation or employment? All right, so we got first chakra, which is in line with, you know, your monetary needs, or your needs, I should say. We have the second chakra, which this one is about I think this one deals with self-esteem. Let me look it up. Because I get the second chakra confused with the third one. Sorry, y'all. I'm having a brain fart because I'm hungry. Sacral chakra, yeah. So it talks about experiencing sexuality, creative expression, and it's the second chakra. So, well, we already got that. So we have first and second. So that could be very important to your work aspect, especially if the sacral chakra is talking about your creative expression. This kind of goes along with the first read just a little bit, but we also have the thinking man, and we had thoughts in the first one too. So I don't know if this is somebody else's energy or if you guys are just in your masculine energy when it comes to your work ethic. A lot of you are not sure of the place where you're at, so some of you could be wanting to, like, I was going to say transfer. So some of you could be wanting to transfer, or you could be trying to change jobs at this time because you don't feel like your work is being appreciated. And so you guys are very in your masculine energy as far as like the thought process. So you're leaving the emotions out of it, especially if you're a feminine energy. Unfortunately, as a woman, you know, most of us do have, you know, we lead by our emotions instead of logic. So I feel like a lot of you are logically thinking in regards to your work, like what you should be doing at this time. We have 35, 36, and 46. So you guys are on a more mature level is what I'm getting from this. You're really thinking about like, well, if I leave, then this is going to be gone. If I stay, then I'm going to have to deal with this. So you guys are in a thought process at this point regarding your work. Yeah, we have contract. Oops. We also have angel of balance. Capricorn on the work. And we have strategy. So like I just said, you guys are trying to figure out some things right now in regards to your current financial situation as well as your employment. What I see here is that a lot of you could be under a contract. So this could be contract work. Maybe you're starting to think about what your next plan is if you are on a contract with a job situation. And it's about to end. Maybe you're trying to figure out like, okay, how am I going to balance my finances until I find something else? This is also giving kind of short term, but if you aren't, maybe you guys just have a long history with this job, and maybe you feel bound to this job as well, because the contract kind of gives me that vibe. It's giving very Libra energy as well. And this angel of balance is basically just trying to make sure that you have time for yourself as well as your work, and that you don't bring your work into your personal life and your personal life into your work. So I feel like a lot of you are needing to kind of reassess and figure out how much information you're going to be telling people, because remember, these people on your job are not your friends. You might be cool with some of them, but that does not necessarily mean that you guys are friends. So just keep that in mind. You know what a friend is. Some people are friends though. but I don't know why I feel the need to say that. And then of course we have strategy here too. There's a lot of angel, I was gonna say angel information, angel wings in these cards. So I really do feel like you're being guided by your angels, um, and you're trying to come up with something that's going to work for you. Maybe some of you are wanting to get back how you used to be. When it comes to work. Hold on, y'all. My hand is ashy and it's bothering me. Okay. I don't know why I said that. This stuff is good. You know, if you guys are interested in something that is going to keep you from being ash central, I suggest you definitely get that. Got to get into the thing. You know, this cold weather brings out the ash in some of us black people, so got to make sure we get that taken care of. Okay, and then we also have patience here. So whenever I see this, and again, we have another angel. So definitely, when I see the patience card, it's about making sure you take your time. Don't do anything too hasty. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't rush into anything. Just kind of wait and see how things play out. And that's really what I'm seeing when it comes to that situation. So for those of you who don't have a job, or your job is about to end because maybe you had like a part-time or some type of contract type job, this is basically saying be patient and you will find something. You have to strategize, figure things out. Make sure that you have enough, saved up, or, something to keep you financially okay until the next job. For those of you who already have a job, this is just saying that you have the ability to move and do how you want. Some of you have been here a long time. So it does feel like it's a contract, or you feel bound to it. But at the same time, you have to look at what you are needing from this. And of course, since this is a work related and not a sexual or love reading, definitely your creative expression is important. Don't change who you are, but also don't give too much if you're not receiving compensation for that. And that's something that I think we were talking about last year in a couple of the readings. But definitely, when it comes to this, you guys are really trying to look at your finances, reevaluating things, budgeting more. And that's just something that kind of happens just because of the world we're in right now. We have no control over inflation and things of that nature, but we have control over what we spend money on and do things for. Me personally, I rarely eat out anymore. I love cooking at home because I can cook more for the price of one, and it'll last me a couple of days. So I'm very big on that. But not everybody's like that. But that's definitely what I'm seeing here, is having a balance between, what you want and what you don't want when it comes to your work environment. But like I said, patience is very important. That's something that is very difficult, because when a Capricorn wants something, we want it now. So it is going to take a little willpower for you guys to really kind of rein it back in. And the thinking man is you guys being in your masculine energy and thinking logically over emotion. So say, for instance, if you're at a job that you feel emotionally tied to, if you're in your masculine energy, you're not going to care about that. You're going to be thinking like, okay, well, what can I do to make my life better? And how do I get more money out of this situation? Definitely what I am picking up here too is don't do everything. You have to plan and prioritize things for yourself. So say if you're in an environment where it's a teamwork type of thing, or they make it a teamwork thing and put other people's work onto you, and you get, because you get it done faster, pace yourself. Don't overdo it. Do exactly like everybody else is doing, so that way they don't turn to you and be like, hey, so and so is finished with their work, let's put more work on them. That's not how it works. Because my motto is, if you guys are working the same job, most often you're getting paid the same, and you have the same job description and responsibilities. So that is something that I feel is important to understand with that. So do what's in your job description. And then we have the fifth chakra. So there's a lot of stuff about chakras in this reading for your work. So I feel like this is off balance right now. Your chakras, like your energy is off with that. This one is all about communication. So there's nothing wrong with you communicating your needs on these work in I was gonna say work sites. I don't know if someone's in construction or thinking about going into construction. That's kind of weird because they do have contracts. Um, for some of you, I don't know if you're relying on a man that works in construction. Maybe this is telling you that you have to start looking for yourself, but definitely communication is key in every aspect. It doesn't matter what environment you're in. You have a right to speak up about the things that you need when it comes to your work. So let's go ahead and get some tarot on that one. I already talked too much on this. Because money is important and stability is important. So for the first chakra to come out, some of you guys could be worried about your stability right now. Alright, what's the first chakra here? Yeah, so we have the moon. So yeah, some of you are hiding the fact that you are worried about your basic needs at this time, which is really sad because, you know, the way that the environment is, it should have never gotten to this point. But I do feel like some of you may be worried about meeting your basic needs. I think that's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it's like the bottom. So I think that's kind of how I equate chakras as far as the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which they could have gotten it from there, but definitely that's why I'm saying is that some of you are fearful of, you know, not being able to meet your basic needs, or you're hiding the fact that you can't make your meet your basic needs. The second chakra here. Yeah, we have King of Swords. So this is the second chakra. So this is basically you guys needing to stand your ground and not backtrack. So if you tell yourself like, okay, I'm not going to put too much extra information in this email, stick to that. Like, don't give too much information, give the bare minimum. And when I say that, I'm not saying to be lazy, but it's really just doing your job the way that the description says, not giving too much. So say, I'm trying to find a good example of that. Like say in an email, you decide to leave work early. You put in there all the reasons why you're leaving work early. You gave them too much information. You need to get straight into the point and be like, I'm leaving because, and have confidence behind it. I'm leaving for the day. That's it. And if you know your supervisor has any further questions, they can ask you. But everybody don't need to know that information or why you're leaving. If you got the time, you can leave. If you sick, you can leave. Like, you have to stand in your purpose and stand your ground when it comes to your work environment. Why is this masculine energy here? Yeah, we have Eight of Cups in reverse, and this is clarifying the thinking man. So I was saying that the thinking man is the logical aspect of you. And the Eight of Cups in reverse is you needing to let go of the emotion behind your decisions. So any decisions that you make with a work environment or a job, you have to remove the emotional part of it. And it kind of feels like robot. That's why I heard in my head, like you kind of are becoming a robot, it seems. But I feel like that's the only way that you're going to be able to keep the energy that you need for your personal life. Because, you know, you need to have that work-life balance. But definitely you have to let go of the emotion behind the work that you do. And I know that sounds bad because some places you do need to have emotions, like, you know, nursing or something like that. And that's not what I'm saying, is that you can't like still care and love for stuff. I'm really thinking about higher management, like the people that you report to, the people that you talk to. Those are the ones that I feel that you have to be very stern with them. Like, I feel like there's something about being stern. You tell them, I'm going to do this. You don't wait for them to give you permission to do something. There's a contract here. Alright, so we have the Four of Swords in reverse. And this is clarifying the contract card. So basically what I'm seeing with this one is that you're not going to be bound to something. Because a contract is a legal binding thing. So another thing too, make sure, this is just side note, if you get a job make sure you read it, like the contract, before signing, because I feel like if you don't, you are going to feel trapped and you're going to have to do that job. I'm getting truck drive too, so I don't know why I'm getting a lot of masculine type jobs, but women do them as well. So construction, all of that. So for some of you, I'm getting that you have to read a contract before signing for it to go in your favor, because there's going to be stuff in there and you have a right to ask questions or negotiate is what I'm getting. Because the Four of Swords in this deck is basically someone that is being surrounded by stuff and they're just like feeling locked in. But this is kind of having freedom, you know, the Four of Swords in reverse, freedom to leave or do what you want. So make sure that your contract, if you are signing a contract, that it goes along with what your needs are. There's Angel of Balance here. This one's going to get a little extra because I do have cards specifically for that. We have Six of Cups in reverse, and this is the Angel of Balance, clarifying the Angel of Balance. So with this one right here, this is saying it doesn't matter how much or how long you've been on this job, you do not owe them anything. This Angel of Balance is like, okay, I can balance my work and my personal so that way I can have a peaceful life instead of it being work, work, work. And I know that's very hard, like I said, for Capricorns, because we love working. And just me personally, I have only worked twice this month and I feel weird. And I know I'm probably going to be stressed, but maybe this is a message for me as well in some parts. But yeah, so definitely it's okay to take time out and do things for yourself. Not always be about work, work, work. The bills are still going to get paid the same. Doesn't mean you have to always be there at work, especially if you have time. Because a lot of times they like to look at the people that have been there the longest, because they're like, oh, you know, you have a history here. That doesn't mean that you're bound or tied to something. So that's pretty much what I'm getting, is a lot about not being tied to a job. I need to write these things down. So yeah. So you have, of course, memories with this job, but that's not going to keep you there. If the Six of Cups was in the upright, it would basically say that you are okay with how things are. But yeah, with the reverse, it's basically telling me that, you know, you have a history with this job and everything like that. But now it's time for, you know, there to be some type of balance. I don't care how long I've been there. There has to be some type of change that's coming. All right, let's... And we have Queen of Cups in reverse. I think Queen of Cups was in reverse in the first reading, just the general for Capricorn, so you guys might want to watch that. If you guys are just watching this one, I'm breaking it up between like a generic Capricorn like feelings, Capricorn work, and then the next one's going to be Capricorn love, just so that way people can go straight to what they're looking for. And I think I might do these like this on occasion. It may not always be like, you know, the work and the love, but I just felt like doing that today, so I'm gonna do it. But this Queen of Cups in reverse is clarifying strategy. So again, it's basically saying that you have to get out of your feelings when it comes to the decisions that you make for yourself pertaining to your work. So you can't worry about what people are gonna think. Oh, well, they're used to me doing this. Who cares? Now it's a new day, a new year. Do what you want to do in this situation. Like, you have to remove the emotion from it. Because the emotions is what these people play on. They want you to constantly, um, you know, be in that, oh, this, I need to do a job perfectly. And they want you to be like that because you're making up for what other people are not able to do. So if you start acting like everybody else, then they have to judge you based off of, you know, the collective of everything. At the bottom, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So yeah, this is about finally taking action. Yeah, getting out of a situation that you got yourself stuck into. And that goes back to contract as well. So I don't know, some of you could be suing somebody at your job as well, or suing the company. You're taking action. Maybe some of you are collecting evidence. Some of you may need to collect evidence about something. I am getting here too that somebody is doing something in private behind your back at work. And there's something about a lack of trust as well. So there's somebody you can't trust at work. But this is about collecting the evidence, and then finally, once you feel like you have enough, you can go to the proper channels. Remember, HR is not your friend. Okay, HR works for the company, not you. So if you ever have any situations, I do suggest you go through the chain of command. Starting from the bottom all the way up. And if they can't help you, then you can seek counsel elsewhere or figure it out. But yeah, I don't know why I'm going into all of that. So maybe somebody's having some issues like that at work. But there's definitely someone untrustworthy. And then we have the Magician in reverse. So yeah, something that somebody did is going to backfire. And if we're talking about you, just doing what's in your job description, I feel like you're backfiring. It's backfiring from the management team because now they don't know who they can depend on. If that makes sense. It's not coming out the way that I need to. But I feel like somebody may have been trying to sabotage you, and it's just not working, and it's actually going to work against them. So for this in the upright, everything that they were doing is working, but in the reverse, the universe is saying like, nah, we about to unleash something's about to come out in this job sector, especially with it starting with the moon and then this being on the top. Yeah, something is about to come out at your job about somebody. Somebody could be leaving. Someone could have made a bad call, a bad decision. Something from somebody's past is going to come back up. I'm getting somebody might try to use ammo from the past, which is kind of like what I was saying here. Something that's been collected is going to be used against you, or you're going to use it against somebody else. So that's kind of different. All right, so let's see here what else is going on. I'm going to get 6 of these cards. So this one's a little bit longer, which is weird because usually loved ones are. The loved one probably will be too. I just need to get some more cards for the general. Actually, I don't need to buy no more stuff other than a chair. That's all I need to be buying. And I need to get this stuff off of my bed. I gotta figure out where I put it at. I'm talking out loud, y'all. My bad. Okay, what does Capricorn need to know about their work environment or their job? Finances, anything. And there wasn't a lot of pentacles coming out, so aside from just working and getting paid, I'm not really seeing like any increase, and that's why you don't want to put too much work into something that you're not going to receive anything back. We have communication is lacking in this situation. I can't remember if this came out in this reading or something else, but yeah, there's definitely something being hidden or things are not being told to you. There's some type of change that's happening with somebody's job that is going to leave them having to start over. So there could be a new management. Usually that happens when there's new management. You have to start over, improve yourself, your worth, or whatever. They hate that you stand up for yourself because they couldn't do the same. So this is actually clarifying the King of Swords, which is actually what the King of Swords is. And there's somebody here that is also, it's giving jealous vibes that you're able to do everything and not fall behind, if that makes sense. But yeah, they hate that you speak up, but keep doing what you need to do. Who cares what they hate? What else? Capricorn. We have keep being great no matter what. So yeah, that's clarifying the thinking man and the 8 of cups in reverse. So definitely it's basically saying taking your power back, not being too emotional behind things, and keep doing you. So keep doing the work that you're doing, but not overdoing it to work in other people's favor. Something is changing in your life. Pay attention. This is clarifying contract and 4 swords in reverse. So again, this is about something being let go. I don't know if some of you are going to be let go depending on the type of job you have. Again, like I said, I'm getting very temporary. So if you have a temporary job, they may be letting you go. You might be getting a letter, or they might be telling you this. But it's going to change your life in some way. and it's in the red, so this is also giving me that chakra, like a warning. So just make sure that during this time that you're not overspending. You know, tax time is coming, so definitely save that money, because I kind of feel like something, for somebody, a contract is going to be up, or something's ending with a work, I was going to say work obligation. This sandwich is about to be bomb, y'all. Oops. Okay, that's too many, but I'm going to take the one that flipped over. So we have research for yourself, and this is clarifying angel balance, and then the Six of Cups in reverse. So yeah, this is basically saying that you have to put in the work to figure things out yourself, because there's somebody here that's not going to tell you anything. This could also be somebody from your past, or someone that you know that is keeping something from you in the workplace. So maybe they heard something about you, or somebody was talking about you in the workplace, and that goes back to me saying that not people are not always your friend, because I feel like they're withholding some information, whether about how they feel about you or something that somebody else did. We have applied for that promotion. So this actually just came out over something is changing in your life. Pay attention. So maybe that's what they're saying, is that there's a position that's going to be coming up for you, and one's going to be ending. So there could be some an assistant position or something. You should apply for that, is what I'm getting. It doesn't hurt to try for apply for emotions, promotions. I mean, the worst thing is that you just don't get it. We have move away from this toxic situation, or it will be never ending. So that's clarifying strategy, and Queen of Cups in reverse. So yeah, the toxic situation is you constantly doing everything and feeling like you have to hurry up and get something done because it makes you look good. Capricorns are all about our image. So we do like to do the best work because we like to have our image looked higher. But for this situation, it's not benefiting you. In the first reading I did for the Capricorn general, it was talking about, there was a section or a card that came out for bad health. So you definitely have to watch your stress levels, and I feel like that's what this is. You have to not care if something gets done or not, and I know that that's hard because we put our effort and our time into working. We work hard, but you have to know when to stop and leave it at that. Stop giving too much information. Stop overworking yourself. Otherwise it'll continue to be a toxic cycle and you won't have that balance. At the bottom, we have start reviewing your resume. It may come in handy. So, again, some of you could be applying to a new job. You may be deciding to leave a job. But like I said, it's all in due time. You have to have, patience as you go through this next phase. Some of you are wanting just to start something fresh and new just because you're tired of the old, same old, same old. You need a challenge. Someone doesn't see this going anywhere. Yeah, so some of you could have come to the realization that your current situation with your job, it's not really going to move up. So maybe you might not get a promotion, or you may not never want to move up, because that's another thing too. People think, oh, you're getting overlooked. No, I'm just not applying. So if you're not applying for something, then of course you're not going to get it. But in certain jobs, especially with mine, there's certain people that they gravitate towards. So those are the people that are going to get the job. And then there's people that get the worst part of the jobs, having to see the worst people. So just keep that in mind, that keep your options open. And if you don't waste your time if you feel like it's not going to go anywhere to the standards of what you're looking for. So that is the work portion. I hope that this gave somebody some insight out there. I'm gonna do the love portion next. Give me a few minutes and I'll log back on to do the live for that one. So thank you guys. I'm going to do a post as well to see if you guys like the videos being chopped up like this, or if you just want them all together. It kind of helps me too, because I'm a structure person, so I like to make sure that I kind of give my all to like one thing instead of having to do like multiple things and like it clash. So I'm going to log back on in just a second. So hope to see you there for Capricorn love reading.